Okay, once wax ups are done, always in this area the spruing will be done, so we can proceed for investing and later on the casting once the rings are set up. So in these drawers we have all the tools necessary, but always this is the main position of this bench, which I do use for having this done. So once I got my ring set up, of course I come back in my prep room, and here I do my investments. As I said the other day, I weigh them and then I mix them with my whip mix, and then I come here and I vibrate them in, and once they're set up, the rings are brought back into this room, and here we have actually two ovens. I used to have sometimes a bunch of rings to burn out, and it depends. If I have now lately just one ring to do, I will use the small oven, and if I have more than two rings to be done, I will be using the big oven. Later on we will talk about welding, and there's also two pieces of equipment. One is here for the welding. This is done with a little torch. This is a system autogeno, it's called. It's very good. And by the way, these ovens here, when they burn out, you can close actually with this drawer here. You see, there's a glass, as I was telling you, Craig. And all your fumes, they will convert to the top. And they will come out from the top here. There's like in a kitchen that will pull, and you see it comes through this tube. It goes back in my prep room. We'll see where. There it is in the corner. There it is, and it comes through again, and up it goes outside on top of the roof. Oh, by the way, that's my clock. It's 1:15. Soon I'll be home for dinner. The system is very different from usual. In this position, it depends. If I will do some post course, I can even use a broken arm if I'll do some post course. It will be some saving for that. And if I will be using a broken arm, then I will need a torch. Here it is. If you have to do some melting, some serious melting, then you want a serious torch. And this is one of the best torches you can have for doing things very rapidly without carrying too much garbage inside your oxygen and propane. This is only to melt posts. And there's some minor frames that can be done that way, but here comes the cherry on the cake, I call it. This is my Enterprise system. This is an induction machine actually, which you will set up at what temperature exactly you want is your melting point of your metal, and you will decide with how much pressure you want to inject through your ring, and also you will decide if you want argon. Actually, there's a few things to know about this machine. This induction machine has this plate here, and let me see if I can explain to you better. I should have some. It works by argon, by the way. Here is my argon bottle. It's under here. Okay, here we go. You see, here we have air and argon, and when you get this casting done, the air is to lift your plate, and you have your induction system is in here. You can see through this glass actually. you can see the metal melt. And right here I also use this this suction tube here, because through this glass a little bit of vapors fumes of the metal while it's melting, and I will use the suction so so the fumes get pulled away and I don't have to breathe anything nasty. You know, this is a cap that comes off anyway. Let's leave it there. It's not necessary. But you know, what's the idea? What's the big idea of this casting system? Enterprise came out with this ring here. You see, this actually is the crucible of it. You see, I've took some things out that I wanted to show you. This is a crucible when you use a broken arm machine, and you see after a while it gets really nasty in there. You have all kind of oxides, and this will come on when you're melting new metal in it. You know, it will be brought away in the new metal, and once you're conditioning your metal and you're applying your porcelain, you're fusing your porcelain on it, it will be having trouble if it's meeting this kind of contamination here. But let's put that away. But with the Enterprise system here, you see, this is your crucible, and in here you have your piece of work. Now, let me show you this. Let me get some metal so we can understand better. Okay, let me let you understand it this way. How is a crucible done? You can put metal in the crucible like that. You melt it down, and then it's, with the broken arm, it's brought into your ring. In this case, you put your piece of metal in here. That's your crucible. If you look better, you can see some pieces of wax there, but that melts out and it gives some channels for the metal once it's melted to go through. And let me see here if I can show it better. Sorry if I'm getting, oh, there you go. Okay, here we can see a section of it. There you go. You see, it comes through here, the metal, and it fills in the pattern. And once I want to pull my metal out of here, my casting, I have to break it, and it, you know, it's all expelled, it's all thrown away. So each time I have a new crucible, and what's nice about it, it's also expansion free. Now this system was born to be round. You see, here's 395 grams. That's how much it takes to of investment just to make this one piece here. And you can put about eight copings in there, an 8-unit bridge. And I was able, you know, to do a new system. You see, it's oval here with 270 grams. There's some saving on it, and plus, what's nice about oval, when you have straight pieces, you have a good cooling and no problems with the cooling. Anyway, this is for what's concerned our casting machine. Okay, we saw what's concerned our casting machine. These machines you can't buy anymore. They were too expensive to produce on the market, and so they're not making them anymore. I have it since, I think it's 15-20 years that's in here, and never gave me any trouble, and still running fine. What I would like to talk about is also this soldering system here, which is this is a Ferrari, and let me show you. Okay, this is, you know, where you apply actually your framework on. I should use two hands to do this. Now with one hand I'm doing too much trouble. And you know, you set up actually exactly the heat point and how many centigrades is your solder going to melt. What's nice about this, you're right on the money with the melting point, and you don't do any extra heating, which usually gives problems. So this is my system for what's concerned castings. Oh, by the way, here we have two sandblasters, not one. One is of Techno Gas. I mean, take a look. This is a serious piece of sandblasting.